Chapter 1. Sands of Genius. The wind carries more than dust across the golden dunes of the Sahara. It carries whisper-soft numbers of stars, of a brilliance buried beneath the sands. This is Timbuktu, not as the world remembers it, but as it was. A beacon of knowledge, where the desert met the cosmos in the minds of mathematicians who saw the universe in equations. The 14th century dawns in Mali, where the empire stretches vast and proud under the rule of Mansa Musa, a king whose wealth is legendary, but whose true treasure lies not in gold but in thought. The scholars of Sankore University gather in the cool shade of the madrasas, their fingers tracing the edges of parchment, their voices murmuring in the cadence of proof. Here, geometry is not just a study, it is a revelation. The angles of the pyramids, the curves of the heavens, the hidden symmetries of the world, all are laid bare by minds that see further than the horizon. Among them is Ibn al-Hajj al-Mali, a man whose name will fade from history, but whose work will echo through time. He stands before a chalkboard of sand, his fingers drawing lines that intersect, divide, and multiply. His students watch, their breath held as he solves problems that would stump the greatest minds of Europe. A century later, algebra is not just a tool. Here it is a language, a way to speak to the universe itself. The equations he writes are not just symbols, they are the architecture of reality. The desert night is alive with the of calculation. Lamps flicker over open manuscripts, their pages filled with diagrams so precise they could have been drawn by the hand of a god. The scholars work by the light of oil and stars, their minds racing ahead of the ink. They are not just recording knowledge, they are creating it. Theorems that will later be discovered by European mathematicians are already here, etched into the margins of books that will outlast empires. Astronomy is another frontier. The scholars of Timbuktu do not just observe the stars, they measure them. Their instruments are simple but brilliant, astrolabes crafted from brass, quadrants carved from wood, sextants that trace the path of the sun across the sky. They calculate the movements of celestial bodies with an accuracy that would make modern physicists pause. The universe is not a mystery to them, it is a puzzle, and they are solving it piece by piece. But this is not just an intellectual exercise. The knowledge they uncover has real-world applications. The irrigation systems of the empire are designed using geometric principles, ensuring that water flows where it is needed most. The architecture of the great mosques follows the same logic, their minarets and arches, a testament to the harmony between mathematics and beauty. Even the trade routes are plotted with precision, their paths dictated by the same laws that govern the heavens. Yet for all their brilliance, the scholars of Timbuktu are not isolated. They are part of a vast network of knowledge that stretches from the universities of Cairo to the libraries of Granada. Manuscripts travel across the desert, carried by traders and scholars alike, their pages filled with ideas that cross borders and languages. The Mali Empire is not just a center of trade, it is a crossroads of thought, where the wisdom of the ancient Greeks meets the innovations of the Islamic world. But the sands of time are shifting. The 16th century brings change of political upheaval, economic decline, the slow erosion of an era. The scholars continue their work, but the world around them is changing. The manuscripts are still written, the calculations still made, but the golden age is fading. The knowledge they have uncovered will not be lost, it will be buried, waiting to be rediscovered centuries later. And so, the story of Timbuktu's mathematical genius is not just a tale of the past. It is a reminder that brilliance is not bound by time or place. The scholars of the Mali Empire saw the universe in a way that few have before or since. Their work is a testament to the power of the human mind, a proof that the greatest discoveries are not just found, they are created. As the last light of the desert sun fades, the scholars of Timbuktu gather their tools, their minds still racing with the problems they have solved and the ones they have yet to conquer. The sands of genius are not just beneath their feet, they are in their hands, in their voices, in the very air they breathe. And though the world may forget, the equations remain. They are written in the stars, in the geometry of the earth, in the endless, unbroken thread of human thought. The next chapter awaits not in the sands of the past, but in the minds of those who dare to see what others cannot.